I saw this makeup look on Pinterest and I just knew I had to make a tutorial for you guys because this look is so pretty. Anyway, if you're new, my name's Lane. Let's get straight into the tutorial. First step, make sure that your eye is primed with an eye primer or a concealer. I already did that on accident. I forgot to film it. I'm first gonna go in with this Relic. This is the Morphe Icy Fantasy palette. It is very, very old, but it has this grayish purple that I think is going to work really well. I'm gonna use a fluffy brush like this. Also, I will make sure to list all the products I use in the description, but I'm just gonna apply this to the outer corner and blend like this. This eye look is actually more rounded, so just be mindful of that. And you wanna stop blending that about there. For the pink, I'm gonna use the Fade and Hue palette from Colourpop. I'm gonna go into this shade and I'm just gonna focus that on the inner corner like that. You wanna make sure that you don't drag the pink color all the way up to your brow, just stop about there. Going back in with this brush and I'm gonna blend more this way, going back in with the purple, and I'm just gonna focus this underneath my eye. I'm way too excited to add the glitters, oh my gosh. Okay, pause. I wanna talk about my nails because they are so freaking cute. Not sponsored, I bought these with my own money. I will tag the nail artist on screen, but aren't these so cute? The detail is so crazy. She is so talented. I love her press-ons. Anyway, let's get back into the tutorial. For the purple and the pink shimmer, I'm gonna use this Flower Nose palette. It's from the Strawberry collection they sent over. Okay, I'm just gonna use my finger to apply, and I'm just gonna tap this on the center of my lid like that. That is so pretty. I forget how much I love the Flower Nose shimmers. Pink shimmer, I want to be a little bit more precise, so I am gonna go in with a brush and I'm just gonna go over it lighter. I'm making sure to save space for the yellow shimmer that I'm gonna be adding soon. I'm gonna go into the Constellation Sky palette from Morphe and I'm gonna use the dark purple here for the liner. Start at the halfway point and then drag the color here. I'm also gonna mix a little bit of the shade from the Flower Nose palette. I feel like I'm always mixing together eyeshadow palette. It's crazy. I'm gonna go like that. Okay, I still feel like this isn't dark enough, so I'm gonna try to find another purple that I could use to deepen it, but just create a wing on the outer corner. I'm gonna mix a little bit of this dark purple from the Bperfect Carnival Interstellar palette. I feel like a lot of the palettes that I'm using are out of stock. I'm sorry, guys. I'm also gonna take a little bit of this darker purple and I'm gonna smudge a little bit right here. Use my finger to blend slightly. For the yellow, it's like a yellow green. I genuinely do not think I have a shade like this in my collection, so I'm just gonna use what I have, but if you have like a greenish yellow, use that. But I'm gonna use this yellow shimmery shade. I'm gonna use a brush to apply and I'm gonna sweep above the pink shadow like this. Okay, for underneath the eye, I'm gonna go back in with the purple shimmer, but I'm gonna use a brush and I'm just going to lightly dust this underneath the eye. I feel like there's glitter all over my face right now. Anyway, I'm just gonna curl my lashes real quick before we add on all the falsies. I just got the perfect set of lashes for this look. I think it's gonna be very identical to hers. I'm just gonna use the Rom&nd mascara. 99 Dreams just sent over their new lash book, and I feel like these up here are perfect. Like, come on, I feel like that's pretty identical. Now, I think you can get these lashes that I'm about to use individually. I hope, because I know not everyone's gonna want a lash book, but like, I think these are called the Idol style lashes. If I'm wrong, I'll like correct myself in the description. I'm gonna apply clear lash glue to the back of my hand. Also, guys, if you are scrolling on Pinterest one day and you find a makeup look that you're like, dang, I wish there was a tutorial for this, send me a DM on Instagram. I'd say I check my DMs as often as I can. I tend to not though, because there's some creepy people in my DMs and I get scared. Okay, I feel like the lashes are just supposed to be very fluffy, so that's why I thought these were perfect, because I feel like they're fluffy, but they're not like too like thick of fluffy. Okay, last one. Okay, that's what they end up looking like. Okay, next up, bottom lashes. I think I'm gonna use a couple of these and then probably gonna use the cat ear style from them too. Okay, I'm gonna use the one from the lash book first, and I always apply my bottom lashes underneath my lashes just because my eyes are very like sensitive and I don't want to clog up the eye area. So I'm just gonna put this underneath that. Okay, I'm gonna take another one and stick it right next to it. I use the cat ear style. These are so cute. I'm gonna put this one right here, and then I'm gonna use, we'll do one more, that's all I can fit. I'm gonna stick this right here. There is a gap right here that I really want to fill because personally I always need to have an extra lash right here. you could skip this step, but I'm gonna use these. I found these off of Amazon, and I'm just gonna use a short lash. I'm just gonna place that down here in my inner corner. Anyway, here is the difference between both eyes. Lashes are so important. Really quick, just so the lashes look a little bit more connected, I almost forgot to film this step, but I like to add a little bit of black liner on top and in like the little gaps between the lashes, just for everything to look more connected. Now that both sides are done, I want to share with you guys like my favorite blush highlighter combo. This is what I've been doing the most lately. I think it's so pretty. Now I've been using the Rom&nd Juicy Roll Cheek. This is the shade called White Peach, and I'm just gonna apply this directly onto my skin. I don't have setting powder right here, so it doesn't really matter, but I'm just going to apply like this. Okay, and then I'm gonna just tap this in with my finger, focusing the blush close to my eyes. The lights are starting to get to me, I can't see. So I like to put the YSl Lavender Blush over top, just like this. And use a sponge to blend. And then one of my favorite highlighters recently, I actually got this highlighter and the Rom&nd blush in one of my more recent YesStyle hauls. So it's like a pink purple with a little bit of gold in it, but like once it's on your skin, it doesn't really look gold. Thank goodness. So I'm just gonna use a brush to apply, and I'm gonna focus this on the outermost part. This is typically where I will put highlighter, like I will just focus it in this one spot. Also gonna go ahead and put a little bit of this on the nose. I think from this angle you could see the highlighter a lot better, but it is gorgeous. The prettiest thing ever. For gloss, I was gonna do a sparkly purple. I'm feeling more of like a sparkly pink since there's less pink on the eyes, so I'm gonna use this gloss from Colorgram. They recently sent this shade. It's called 1004. This is one of those like glassy looking lip glosses. Okay guys, anyway, here is the completed look. I hope this tutorial was easy enough to follow. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video.